What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update as the rumour mill, the transfer rumour mill is in overdrive at the moment. I mean, every single day there's different names being linked to Tottenham from Italy and from everywhere, to be honest. But before we get into these a few transfer rumours that we've got for you here, Calcio Mercato brought up talking about Antonio Conte, saying that Conte is seeking certainty about the club's future and above all wants to evaluate Tottenham's resources for future investment. So obviously if Conte needs to be back this summer, if he doesn't, it's going to seek like bad news, definitely bad news for Tottenham and in terms of Antonio Conte's future. What do you make out of this? Do you think it's just the usual stuff, or do you think there could be something in it?
Of course, we always know with Antonio Conte, he's always, I feel like he's probably with the board like he is with his players, just like constantly on them all the time, like demanding more, exactly, more and more, like never letting up kind of thing. And as much, of course, at the moment, he's going to want clarity of what's going on this summer, but I'm sure Tottenham at the moment, or the board, I know Levy for sure, they're going to want to know that we're in the Champions League first before we commit to spending X, Y, and Z on players. So that's why he's probably he's getting a bit anxious. He's like, all right, come on, am I getting money? What's going on? Yeah, summer's coming up. But look, I'm sure if we get top four, things will be a lot clearer once that's settled. But I think right now, as things are kind of in the balance, there's probably a bit of a tension as in terms of what's happening in the summer, even between Kane and Conte and everything, because still there's no certainty. But once we know there's Champions League, hopefully things will be a bit more settled.
Yeah, you know, we've seen it before, even when Spurs have been in the Champions League, where we've had a good side and we haven't really built on that. And obviously Conte has done what he's done this season to a high level. Do you reckon Daniel Levy's looking at it and being like, well, you've got them in the Champions League, get them in the Champions League again?
No, I don't, because he had the excuse before of we have to get the stadium built and everything like that, and there's no excuses now. Now is time to build on what we've got, and we know that we're in the Champions League because of this manager, not because of how good our squad is. That's the reality of the situation. And if he wants Conte to be here for for the foreseeable future, not just be here, be motivated and be fully invested in the project, he's going to want a team who can compete, and he's going to want a team who's always getting better. So if Levy thinks is Levy thinking, we was good enough to get Champions League last season, then go again, I think he's got nothing coming. I don't think he will.
Hope not. I really hope not. But I guess we'll just have to see how the summer pans out. But it's a very pivotal summer for us now, isn't it? Very pivotal. But let's move on. Let's talk about these transfer rumours now. Mario Hermoso of Atletico Madrid, the Daily Mail, are saying that Tottenham are monitoring Mario Hermoso, as a potential left-sided centre-back target. Atletico Madrid are believed to be open to selling for the right price, with Josko Gvardiol and Alessandro Bastoni also being targeted. So obviously Hermoso is a new name in the hat for the left centre-back role. Is he one that would excite you?
I haven't seen too much of Hermoso, to be honest. I thought they play with Savic and what's his name? Who's the other guy? Jimenez at centre back. So he must be a backup, I'm guessing.
Well, he played 31 games in La Liga last season, 24 games this season so far.
Oh, so he plays quite regularly then. Was he 25?
26.
26 years old. If you're playing that amount of games for Atletico Madrid, he must be pretty good, I'm guessing, under Simeone. Is he an international as well?
He's had 5 caps for Spain.
I mean, I can't comment. Is he a left-sided centre back? Is he?
That's what they're saying in the report. I also, like you, don't really know too much. Obviously, he came through the ranks at Real Madrid, went to Espanyol after that. He must have had a good spell at Espanyol and then got his move to Atletico Madrid.
Look, if you're playing for Atletico, if we're having Atletico Madrid centre back, must be a good thing. But I'm sure they would have scoured him, and maybe they can get him for a decent price. But I would obviously prefer people like Gvardiol and Bastoni. But if he's one, look, he could be one that could come in and surprise us. because even though we haven't heard him, because if he's playing well for Atletico, then he must be decent.
Yeah, I mean, they signed him for around 20 million in 2019. Transfer market put his market value at 22.5 million. He's also filled in at left back at this season sometimes for Atletico Madrid. But yeah, he is predominantly a left-footed centre back.
So sounds promising, I guess.
His contract runs out in 2024 as well.
But he has to be very good at playing out from the back. But coming through from Spain, I'm sure he will be. Most Spanish centre-backs are.
Yeah.
So maybe that is definitely one to look at if they're open to it, and we can't get our other targets.
All right, well, we'll have to see how that one plans out. Next up is one that's probably most definitely not true, but Romelu Lukaku, La Repubblica, saying that Tottenham are interested in out-of-favour Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, I just can't.
That's it.
Yeah,
just we're interested in him.
Yeah.
Who said it?
La Repubblica.
It's probably rubbish. But look, I've always been a big fan of Lukaku. I like him. I think he's a good striker, and obviously I'd welcome him at Tottenham. I don't think that's something that would ever happen unless Kane was not here. I don't think we would ever see a Tottenham team
really
with
see Chelsea selling
Kane and Lukaku.
Anyway.
If they're really unhappy with him, maybe. If they're that unhappy with him, then it's a possibility because they've invested heavily on him and they'll probably want some of that back. If no one else is prepared to pay it, and we are, then that is something that they might look at. But I don't envisage a world where we still have Kane and we're bringing Lukaku. The only reason I would say it could kind of be a possibility is if Kane was to leave. And obviously Conte and Lukaku have a very strong relationship, and if Chelsea do want to get rid of him, then that is one that might be a possibility. But as long as we have Kane, I don't see it happening. And as long as Chelsea kind of still want him, I don't see it happening either. But I know there are people out there who think it would be a terrible move if we had Lukaku, but I like him. I think he's a good striker.
Yeah, I think Conte did wonders with him last year, didn't he? So. Look, I think that it would be a brilliant signing, but I just can't see it happening.
No chance.
And any stretch of the imagination. I mean, what do you make out of his season for Chelsea? I mean, what's happened there?
Yeah, he's fallen off a cliff. I'm not really sure why it's gone so badly. Obviously, he scored in his debut, didn't he, against Arsenal? And he thought, okay, this is
scored like 2 or 3 games in a row.
You're thinking this is the missing piece of Chelsea's puzzle, don't you? Because
everyone said
striker.
That when they signed him.
Perfect, but it's just gone terribly wrong. I don't know whether he claims in that interview that the system that Chelsea play doesn't suit him and stuff like that. Maybe that plays into it. Maybe he had a falling out with the manager. I'm not really sure. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why it's gone so terribly, because I think he was so good at Inter Milan, and he showed the world why everyone was so excited about him. A few years ago, but because he had a terrible time at Man United as well. Maybe it's the kind of thing where he's not suited to being at a super big club. I don't know. It's very strange.
He scored a lot of goals in Man United, though.
In his first season, he did. In his second season, he didn't score very many.
Yeah.
So it's very strange. It's very strange why it's gone this badly, and he's now being picked behind Havertz. Havertz is playing false nine. He's doing a good job. But, he can't seem to get a look in it at the moment, Lukaku. And when he does play, he seems awful. It's very strange. Maybe it's just maybe it's kind of like a psychological thing. He just needs help with, or I don't know. But there's an unbelievable striker in there.
100%. Last but not least, another one which I don't think will happen, which I'm quite positive it won't happen, to be honest, but Antonio Rudiger. This is from a publication called Sport, and they say Antonio Conte has a meeting scheduled with Antonio Rudiger. The defender is expected to sign for one of Tottenham, Manchester United or PSG, who are all willing to offer him a very high salary. I mean, there has been rumours about the kind of Barcelonas and Real Madrids and stuff like that in for him as well. So, I mean, I just can't see this happening under any stretch of the imagination.
I did think we genuinely had an opportunity to get him, didn't we, under Lampard?
Yeah.
And that was genuine. But I think now, I can't... again, is he really going to come to us? I know he's leaving on a free, so he'll have the freedom to choose. And again, Conte brought him to Chelsea, so maybe there is a link there. But I don't think he would come to us ahead of other teams around Europe like PSG and whatnot who can offer him a lot more money. I do think he would be perfect for that left centre-back role. He would be brilliant. He would fit right in, and I think he could do that job really well. And if Conte could convince him, it would be a brilliant signing, in my opinion. I think he would, a back three of Dyer, Romero, and Rudiger would be brilliant. I really like Rudiger. I think he's had a good season.
Yeah, he's had a brilliant season. I think he's probably in Team of the Year, in my Team of the Year, probably as one of the best centre backs in the league this season. But I just can't see this happening. There was rumours that he wanted like pay parity with the highest paid earner in Chelsea.
Yeah, that's been the sticking point, hasn't it? His money demand. So how's he going to come to Tottenham?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If Chelsea under Abramovich couldn't pay his wages, how we?
That doesn't make any sense. It seems a bit lazy.
Yeah.
The link.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is your Tottenham update for today. Sorry, not much concrete news today, but I'm sure we'll bring that to you as and when that does break. But that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories we brought to you today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.